we are joined by Dr. Ron Schultz, a world-renowned leader in vaccine protocol, to show us how we can tell if a dog has been properly vaccinated. Dr. Schultz, thank you so much for joining us here on Pet Spaces, and we're joined by Dr. Traxler as well. We appreciate it.
I'm pleased to be here.
So let's get right into vaccinations. How important are they for our dogs?
Well, vaccination is one of the most important medical procedures that dog will ever have. And it's especially important that he receives the core vaccines, which are distemper, parvo, adeno, and rabies.
From the get-go?
From the get-go.
Okay. Now, if we get a dog from a shelter and we're not sure if they're vaccinated, is there such thing as over-vaccination?
There is, of course, with animals coming into the shelter, not knowing whether they had ever been vaccinated before.
Right.
So with an antibody test that will look at antibodies to distemper, parvo, and adeno, we can determine whether the dog has been vaccinated or not. For example, this test is called VaxiCheck, and the VaxiCheck is a test that you can run multiple dogs on. This immunocomb can actually run 12 dogs at the same time.
Perfect for a shelter.
It is, and it only takes a very short period of time after you have the serum, about 30 minutes. This is an example of Coco, and Coco has immunity to adenovirus, which is important, and canine parvo, but the immunity for distemper is really inadequate, or there's no immunity that we can actually see. And so he would need to be revaccinated because distemper is very important, and we have to make sure that he's protected.
Okay, and that's perfect because that shows you that he's not going to be over-vaccinated, that
Correct.
he does need. Okay. Now, what if we get a puppy? When should we vaccinate?
Well, puppies, you really shouldn't start them before 6 weeks of age.
Okay.
And ideally, you'll revaccinate about every 3 weeks. In the shelter, we actually recommend every 2 weeks, so that in that high-risk environment, you get immunity as quickly as possible.
Now, are these tests done at home that we as pet owners do, or is this something done at the veterinarian's office?
This would be something done at the veterinarian's office or done in the shelter when the animal arrives. And so at the veterinarian's office, it would be part of the annual wellness visit that every dog should receive.
Okay, so it's not something we would need to ask of our vet.
You may very well need to ask your veterinarian to test for antibody rather than automatically giving another vaccine that isn't necessary.
Well, lots of useful information. I mean, we all need to know that. So thank you so much for being here. And for our viewers that want to learn a little bit more, where can they go?
They can go to vaxicheck.com and get more information about this test.
This will help at the Big Dog Ranch?
Yes, it will.
Absolutely.
I'm very excited.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
both.
being here. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
We're also going to have a link to their website on ours at designingspaces.tv, so be sure to check that out.